unions can play a vital role in assisting communities to become more sustainable, as the financial services they offer can help to build and support a local economy and help it to strive in the longer term.
The 16th General Meeting comes at a time the GTU-CCU has developed a 3-year strategic move to usher the union into a more responsive and vibrant one worthy of emulation. Louis Mendy, GRTS.
One of the UK's leading entertainment artists, DJ Abranti, has arrived in the Gambia ahead of a series of performances during the Easter break. Abranti is in town courtesy of the channels of Afrobeats. Babkar Senghor has details of that story in this report.
United Kingdom's award-winning entertainer DJ Abranti has arrived in the Gambia for the first time. DJ Abranti is in town in time for a series of performances during the Easter weekend. The star DJ, who entertains at Choice FM in London, was welcomed at the Banjul International Airport by a host of figures in the local entertainment scene. He talked about his joy for being in the Gambia despite numerous demands for him to perform in the UK, especially at this time of the year.
I'm passionately and honored to do, then it's just another blessing. So it's not really about the awards, it's just about the passion for music and the passion for the Afrobeat scene and the passion to spread entertainment and happiness. We live in a world where there are people who are not as fortunate as us, and at the end of the day, through music and through entertainment, if I can put a smile on one person's face, I feel that I've achieved something.
Amongst DJ Abranti's welcomers was the Director for Performing Arts at the National Council for Arts and Culture, Sir Omar Jallo, who formally welcomed the DJ to the Smiling Coast. He then dilated on the importance his department and the government of the Gambia attaches to arts, culture and entertainment in general, especially at a time when the Gambia's International Roots Homecoming Festival is fast approaching.
And they are coming, I think it's a significant milestone, in the promotion of Afrobeat. We have been promoting Afrobeat, in our own sector, because you've seen the evolution of music, not only in the African sense alone, but, selling it out there. But most importantly, they are here also to showcase and familiarize themselves so as to be able to help us sell our Roots Homecoming Festival. Because that's a festival that needs to attract a lot of Afro-Americans or Anglophones or stuff like that, who are actually in the diaspora, and they need to come back and, connect with their roots in the Gambia.
Abranti, who has stepped foot in the Gambia for the first time, welcomes the idea of coming back to the Smiling Coast for the Gambia's 2013 International Roots Homecoming Festival.
And anybody who's aspiring to be a DJ, go for it, because it's a beautiful job. Well, wherever Richard tells us to go is exactly where we will go. So, we are here for Richard, we're here supporting him, and, we're here for Gambia as well. So whatever you want us to do, myself and Atumpan will definitely do.
DJ Abranti is accompanied to the Gambia by his manager and another artist, Atumba. The much-awaited performance of DJ Abranti will be done on Saturday, 30th March at the Plex Nightclub and Saturday, 31st March at Joko Nightclub. For GRTS News, this is Babkar Senghor.
We'll be back with news from beyond our borders after this break. Welcome back. It's been 3 days since Nelson Mandela was hospitalized yet again for lung infection. South African authorities say the iconic ANC leader is recovering and responding well to treatment. But how does the younger generation of South Africans who have not witnessed the apartheid era perceived Madiba as a general feeling of nervousness and anxiety over his health grips the country and people across the world. Dan Rivers was out and about in Mandela's native Soweto.
This is how many young people in Soweto will pass their Easter. A barbecue, a beer, seeing friends in the trendy bars. But jobs are hard to find in Nelson Mandela's old neighbourhood. About 40% of young people are unemployed. Washing cars is one way to buy that drink. Life is better than when Mandela struggled for freedom here, but it's far from perfect. About 60% of Soweto's population is under 20. They're a generation called Born Frees, too young to remember apartheid, but old enough to know the debt they owe Mandela.
He brought change into our country. It's because of him I can talk to people like you without breaking the law.
He's a living legend, that's what makes him so important, because he's a game changer. He made a difference, and he could live to tell the story.
This area of Soweto is part of the tourist trail connected to the amazing life of Nelson Mandela, but not all of the young people here speak so glowingly about the man they call Madiba. What do you think of Madiba? How relevant is he for you?
He's just okay. I don't know anything about him, but he's just okay. I know that he fought for us, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in a white school.
So it has had a big impact on your life, but for you, what's more important?
My phone.
Your phone?
And my parents, yeah.
A harsh reality echoed by this man, only willing to speak freely with his identity hidden, fearing ANC reprisals. So how relevant is Madiba to your generation?
Okay. Well, I don't think it's relevant at all. Madiba is something that happened in the past. We got freedom, but we didn't get economic empowerment, you know what I mean? So we still, at the end of the day, we're still where we were in the struggle.
The generation of Born Frees is too young to remember this defining moment in 1994 when Nelson Mandela became South Africa's first black president. For them, this is the image of Mandela they recognise, a frail old man whose incredible achievements some now take for granted.
It's estimated that 4 of every 100 Palestinians in the West Bank are Christian. As Easter approaches, the city of Jerusalem takes on a special significance for them. But reaching the famous holy city is no easy feat. Senator Frederick Blyton examines the challenges facing the West Bank community.
Like they have every year, tens of thousands of Christians came to Jerusalem for the traditional Palm Sunday processions. Pilgrims from all over the world retraced what they believe was Jesus' route from Bethany to Jerusalem. Among them, Palestinian Christians from the West Bank. Their journey wasn't far, only a few kilometers in some cases, but difficult.
We have some Palestinians participating because they got permissions, and a lot of our Palestinian parishioners could not come.
Palestinian Christians who want to visit holy sites in Jerusalem for Easter need to get a special permit from the Israeli government, a practice most say is unfair, like Khawla Sirhed from Nablus in the West Bank.
It's a holy city, but not for us. I'm sorry to say that.
Access to Jerusalem is always heavily restricted for Palestinians from the West Bank due to security concerns, Israel's government says. The office in charge of issuing the permits tells CNN that more than 19,000 were handed out for Easter and less than 1% were denied for security reasons.
But there are certain problems with the access to holy sites that go beyond the issuing of permits. This is the path that Jesus is believed to have taken when he traveled from Bethany into the old town of Jerusalem. For more than 1,000 years, Christians have tried to retrace those steps, but now that's no longer possible because of the wall that separates Jerusalem from the West Bank.
The question of access even came up in talks during the U.S. president's visit to the region.
In our discussion with President Abbas, I heard him speak eloquently about the difficult issues that cannot be ignored. Among them, problems caused by continued settlement activity, the plight of Palestinian prisoners, and access to holy sites in Jerusalem.
Back at her home in the West Bank, Khawla Sirhed and her husband practice English with their 2 daughters under a painting of the Virgin Mary. Khawla says she believes Palestinian Christians should always be allowed to visit the holy sites in Jerusalem, not just for big holidays like Easter.
I'm a Christian. I want to visit Jerusalem every month, every week, any occasions.